Yeah, this road here winds around and shoot, it depends on which way I decide to go. We're gonna wind up in Gina. That's where years ago Al Sharp and all of them came down to do a little marching and bunch of bull hockey in my opinion, but I'm not going to go there. But I am going to discuss a matter, and that's all these people running around here trying to do away with all the Confederate soldier memorials and so forth. Like that sorry outfit Mitch Landry knew. Him and his family ought to be tarred and feathered and run out of state. That's just my own personal opinion. They ain't done nothing but stole from the people of Louisiana their entire life. They're burdens to society. But you know, people want to sit there and they want to do away with Confederate war memorials and statues and stuff. And you know, I think before people start hollering and bickering about stuff like that, they really need to learn their history. I like Mitch Landry know down there, he's proposed a deal of removing a statue in New Orleans and some other deals that was kind of close, wasn't it? I thought I was fishing wind up kissing me a dog. But anyhow, where was I? But Robert E. Lee, for example, never believed in slavery. He never believed that the southern states should secede from the Union. And the Civil War wasn't really about slavery. It was about the southern states wanting to secede from the Union because they got tired of the Yankees telling them what to do. I'm just making it short. There's long versions of it, but that's pretty much all it boiled down to. Wasn't no difference in the colonies wanting to do away with British rules. So we went to Revolutionary War, but the southern states want to do away with being in the Union. So they want to secede, and the North didn't want to do it. Now, even though Robert E. Lee did not believe in slavery, did not believe the southern states should secede, he still fought for the Confederate Army due to the fact that his loyalty was with his home state and his family members and stuff. But you got ignorant people that even though they got a fancy college degrees like Mitch Landry knew and them, they want to get out here and they want to dispose of his statues. There's been postcards made of the statue. There's been television, movies and stuff made around the statue. There's been pictures, countless tourist pictures made around the statue. But because ignorant people that don't know their history decide that's a racial symbol and they don't know what they're talking about, they're going to vote to do away with it. first off, it has nothing to do with racism. The Confederate flag, the Confederate statues, and so forth, for those of us, yeah, there's some wackos that wants to take the Confederate flag and they want to use it as a racist symbol and all that there. But there's also been people do it with all kinds of flags. There's been people that used, well, if you remember, when Timothy McVeigh bombed the Oklahoma City building there, one picture they always was showing is a picture of him with the American flag. So do we need to do away with the American flag? No. You have people that, you know, you have wackos no matter if they're what country or religion or anything belongs to. But in my opinion, what's next? A few Vietnamese people going to be offended by the Vietnam War Memorial, and we're going to do away with the Vietnam War Memorial, the Korean War Memorial, the World War II, World War I memorials and so forth. That's ignorant. This politically correct mess has gone too far. And it's not just in America, it's all over the world. You know? And I'm a firm believer. Outrun that big dog before that big dog eats me for breakfast, lunch, whatever. But I just wish people would learn their history before they start wanting to do away with things like the memorials. You know, for a lot of us, like me, it's a way to honor my ancestors, my forefathers, the people that fought and died in the Civil War. Also, there's a great man once stated, any nation, by the way, train just come through here. Y'all know how I know that? He left his tracks. But yeah, if y'all heard that dog barking, yeah, I had another dog after me. But anyhow, not only is it to honor the soldiers who fought and died and in the Civil War on both sides, but you know, to me, when I look at the Confederate flag, that's not only, but folks, that right there is Vanguard. That is a place where they make biodiesel. Take that old cooking oil and stuff and turn it into diesel. A pretty neat operation there. That's some stinky mess though. Well, it really depends on what type of grease they make it out of. But back where I was at, the Confederate flag and them memorials and stuff, you know, to me the memorials is to honor the Confederate soldiers and civilians that perished in the war. Same as Vietnam War Memorial and so forth. The Confederate flag, in my opinion, now I don't know how y'all feel about it, but each to their own. But in my opinion, the Confederate flag reminds me of a famous man once stated, a nation that forgets its past is doomed to repeat it. Now, No, I'm not saying we're gonna go back in slavery or anything like that. Even though that's what everybody thinks Civil War was about, and wasn't, but anyhow, that's not what I'm thinking myself. It's things like that there brings up. At one time, the nation was so split on a topic that brother fought against brother, uncles fought against nephews, and on down the line. They tore the nation apart. Instead of them sitting down and working things out, they went to war. And to me, the Confederate flag is a reminder. It's a reminder that, hey, we can work through things without going to war. Because when we go to war, there's a lot of people die. There was over, I think it's 625,000 people died during the Civil War. And that's not counting the, that's the reported deaths. That's not counting civilian, people that really don't know that got killed, civilians and so forth. That's more people died during the Civil War than it was during the whole time of World War II, World War I, Korea, Vietnam, and all put together. And war wasn't that long. I think it was 4 or 5 years, if I remember correctly. But to me, the Confederate flag should be a reminder to everybody. Yeah, there's some nutcases that wants to use that as an excuse to go berserk. But like I said, there's nutcases that use all kinds of stuff for a reason to go berserk. I mean, take a look at Hatfields and McCoys. Some say it was reported over a hog, theft of a hog. Well, and them nutcases start killing each other and have a long feud over it. And I mean, granted, back in them days, and that's something you got to remember, back in them days too, I say they're nutcases, but back in them days, that hog meant the difference of that family eating or not. So in a way, I guess I should refrain from saying that. I mean, they was, but still, there was other ways of working that out than going through a feud, and a lot of people dying over it. But I mean, you might believe different about the Confederate flag, and that's your business. But I hope and I wish people would start reading a little bit on history before they start condemning history. I did the Lost City series to try to document a little bit of what I've learned through history and what I've been told, handed down through the years. Some of it, I guess you could say, is probably just folklore, and some of it, actual facts. And I always try to let y'all know which is which. But this thing, we're losing our history and it's crying shame. I mean, people want to talk about spending millions and millions of dollars to restore an old building that they're not really going to use. When we got hungry people, no, I don't agree with that, but that's my opinion. But I think, you know, we can honor or remember our history without just throwing a bunch of dollars to it. I like up there in Georgia, that Stone Mountain. You know, they was calling to take that Confederate scene off of it. That's been a tourist attraction for that state for how many years? So now they gonna take and spend millions of dollars to carve Martin Luther King's face in the side of the mountain. And no, I'm not hating on Martin Luther King, but I'm sorry, the man wasn't alive during the Civil War. I mean, the Civil War, you're confusing, in my opinion, people's confusing the younger generation by trying to link the Civil War was fought for slavery. And slavery just ended partially because of the Civil War. But I mean, myself, I think slavery would have ended even if we wouldn't have went to war as time went on. I like people want to sit there and they want to holler. Now this is pretty holler right through here, huh? I like people want to sit there and they want you know, do away with Robert E. Lee. I don't know all Robert E. Lee's history, but what little bit I do know of him, you know, he was one of the first ones to fight for the blacks to have a public school after slavery ended. Really? So the young people ain't being taught that? The young people ain't being taught that Civil War wasn't about slavery? It was about the South not wanting to be part of the Union anymore? That's like they want to do away with the Civil War and so on. Everything that resembles Civil War. Any medical student worth his grain of salt will tell you one of the good things that always come out of a war is they learn new medical techniques. I mean, it's a shame, but there is some good that comes out of war. There's a lot of modern practices today learned through the Civil War. So we want to dismiss the Civil War as if it never happened.